So Kaden Jordan, man.
Yes, sir.
We
Solo,
decided,
man.
yeah, we figured that we last second little sit down interview. We figured we get some stuff off, guys, and for those of you guys watching, pretty much we decided to sit down and chop it up with Kaden Jordan and just go over a couple of things, man. That impressed me, as you know, what I mean, with him as an artist. And we just briefly wanted to go over some stuff, just because I mean, Kaden Jordan is he's one of those guys. Just looking at his Spotify monthly listeners, don't equate his success to that at all. You know what I mean? 8,000 or 9,000 monthly listeners, like that's out the window. Because what he has is really in the next few years, like he's gonna be big, guys. So this is definitely an interview. We're sitting down and watching, especially with Babytooth. I believe that's a project
Yes,
that I
sir.
got to listen to last night in the studio.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
it was amazing. I'll say that left me mind just blown away. And so this will be a good opportunity for those guys who aren't familiar with him to sit down and familiarize yourself with the character of Kaden Jordan, his philosophy, who he is as an artist, as a Christian artist, and really just knows heart. Really just knows heart a little bit. But without further ado, we're gonna get right into it, man. So how you
Let's
doing?
get it.
How you doing, Kaden?
Man, I'm good.
All right,
Nah,
all
what an
right.
introduction. Like that's fire.
Yeah,
Made me feel like the GOAT, bro. It's okay. That's
yeah.
fire though.
Yeah, no, man, that's great. That's great. And one thing we definitely wanted to hit it off and start on was Calamity. That's a recent project that you
Yes,
came
sir.
out. I mean, like 2025, you released quite a few projects.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you could name them, I believe it was 48,
Yep.
Hitmaker 2,
Yep.
and then Hypocrite.
Hippocrates. No,
Hypocrisy.
that was a while.
That was
That was my first album, but
okay.
I dropped 3 last year. Yeah.
Three. Okay, so you dropped three last year, and with
3 whole albums, man.
with just going through Calamity,
Yeah.
one thing, and again, I'll reiterate it again, just so that way people kind of like know this. But it's like one thing about Jordan was, sorry, not Jordan. One thing about Caden was that when I was going through his music, especially making the Properxl series for the first part, covering Florida artists, going through his music really left me with just a blown away impression. A lot of his stuff that just going through its project from start to finish really left me um, in awe, like in shock, kind of like I haven't seen anything like that since someone like Caleb Mitchell.
Yeah.
That's really who his music really not reminded me of in sense of comparison and sounds, but
Yeah, feeling.
but the main attribute that both of those guys share in common is that they'll leave you blown away. They'll drag you into their world, and you'll come out just just purely just like surprised and in shock, man. So I definitely want to say that like his music really reminds me of like Caleb, at 20, 21, and just the stuff he was putting up, and he was hot in the market at the time too, and Jordan's kind of like in the same lane. And so I wanted to hit it off with Calamity specifically just because Odyssey and Family Figure, is it Family
Yeah.
Figure?
Yes, sir.
Family Figures 2, those were my favorite songs out of that project. And I mean, just talk about that a little, just briefly before we get into that. So just talk about that a little bit, and
Yeah.
how long did the process take, and what I mean, in putting that whole project together.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, a little bit of just some background on the project. During the making of that project, like I was going through just deciding whether or not I was gonna keep making music. Like I said, I dropped 2 albums that year, so I was just burnt out. I did my last like concert of the year, and in that just like that week of like that concert, like I
Hmm.
was just telling God, I'm like, Lord, like if this is my last, God, I'm giving it all to you, you know? And literally it was just like a thing of like, God, like my heart is to return my talents. Like I went out, I exhausted myself, I exhausted my resources. This is back to you. So
Mm.
whether or not I'm gonna do music anymore, and this is as far as we got, I'm good and I'm grateful and I'm humbled that you
Mm.
allowed me to get this far. And then I get a text message from my boy Chucho. He's like, "Yo, bro, let's make an EP." 2 months later, we have Calamity,
Mm.
and Calamity not only has gotten me into like you know contact with like guys like What Up RG and just like a lot of like CHH goats to me. But it's also gotten me in like rooms like this, like at Alienz Alive studio, and like
Hmm.
tapping in with like Rodney, and who's now opening even more doors like behind the scenes. Like everything that's just happening right now is just by the grace of God, bro. And I was telling Marco, my videographer and dope artist as well, I was like, man, like all I did was show up when I was to where God was calling me, and that's all I had to do was just show up. But yeah, Calamity, man. Family Figures and Odyssey. I love those records. I did Family Figures in like, I think the record, what was it? It was like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Within like the weekend, Sauce sent a verse back. So that record got done quick. Odyssey, I think Odyssey was the first record I recorded for the project. It was the first record I recorded for the project. I don't remember how long it took me. Probably like an hour or something like that. But yeah, that was the first record I made for the album as well. But yeah, love those records, man.
Okay. And so Calamity essentially is what got your foot in the door after years of like making music. And before we move on to the next question is like, do you think like what do you think was different now than versus back then? Like what do you think was there any like anything like you were being held back from? Was there something holding you back from? Like you think God was showing you like to get to that next process and step, or was it just really just like I don't know, like just being patient and all that? Like
well, with Calamity, this was the first project that I made and put out like immediately. Like I took like a lot of time with 48. We made that project in 2 days, but like everything like building up to like the rollout and everything took like a while. And we were dealing with some like distribution stuff as well, where we were just trying to figure that side out, and it was just a whole thing. But Calamity was like the first project that I put out where I wasn't really like so stressed out or like worried about like putting it out. If there's anything holding me back, I'm trying to think.
Basically, it's like what do you think God taught you in that in that lesson, in that moment of like
don't idolize it. Like I made music God for a little bit, if that makes sense. Like I got wrapped up in it where I was just like, man, like it became like my identity. Like all I knew and all I did was music. And then I had to get to a point where I was like, this isn't mine. You know what I mean? As much as I love it and as much as like these records mean so much to me, like the moment I put those records out, they're not mine.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And not only is it like my offering to God and like my form of worship, but it's also like once I put these records out, like that goes, if someone relates to the song, that's their song now. You know what I mean? But yeah. So yeah, to answer the question, what I felt was holding me back was just me idolizing it. Once I let it go, that was the moment God put me in, all these rooms and opportunities.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, man. That's awesome. And then to move on to Babytooth.
Yes.
Babytooth. I mean, like, I was walking to the studio after Rodney's worship night, and we, I'm still collecting content for the stuff I'm doing with Opto.
Yeah.
And I remember you had invited us to just come check out the album, but walking in, Fuse there and everything like that, and you like the album was halfway done, being played. I'm trying to remember what song. I don't know if I can say it is, but there was a certain song where it was like there's like violin, and everything.
That song's called Bluff. Bluff. That's actually Rodney's favorite song on the project.
That's definitely my favorite song as well. Like when this project comes out, like definitely be on the lookout for that song because that was 100%. That was just beautiful. What I heard.
Thank you.
And just like. It's I don't know. It's just like with your stuff and with what I hear, it's something I haven't heard in music in a long time. Nowadays, you just don't see a lot of like what you're doing in music and with just the thought process you put into it, and it's interesting. The other day, you used the word innovative, like to describe your music. Typically, like when artists throw around that the word like they're versatile and they can do it all and everything like that.
Yeah.
Versatility is great, but like after a while, like you want to be defined by something.
Yeah.
You really want to dial into something because you got the ability to do everything, but then it's kind of like at some point.
How do you sell that?
Yeah, how do you sell that? Well, it's how do you sell that, but it's also at a certain point, people want to dial in on like certain aspects of your music that you can do better than others. Because You know what I mean? I don't know. I just it's something I've always noted, but with you, I would say innovative is definitely an interesting and great way to describe your music.
Yeah.
Especially considering, I mean, like you're on the younger end when it comes to the crop of like newer CHH artists we have. I mean, like we're in a time and era where the guys, the girls, that were coming in 7, 8 years ago, they're kind of moving up in life, and they're still continually making music,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing their thing, and they're hitting their peaks wherever. But now it's time for the younger batch to come in, and the new wave of artists, and
Sir.
just seeing yourself, it's interesting because it's, I mean, like with your sounds and influences and everything like that, it's something we haven't seen before, and you're kind of taking and picking apart from a lot of the newer sounds. Because I
Sir.
mean, like rap is changing
Mm-hmm.
as of late with everything, with a lot of especially like new underground sounds and everything like that. So I see you picking apart
Yeah.
a little bit from that, and the producers you work with as well. So that's really cool to see. But man, like sorry,
Yeah. Let me touch on that. Like
yeah.
when it,
Mm,
because I was talking to when it comes to producers, I just
mm,
want to shout out like the producers of the space. Like
mm,
producers are artists too.
right.
And I don't think like even in like our space, like they don't get like enough credit.
Mm,
Like shout out to Warren, shout out to Chucho, shout out to like Christopher, shout out to like if you make beats in a space, like thank you. Like y'all are the reason that like our music is elevating. Like I tell Chucho and my dog Christopher all the time, like, bro, like y'all are helping me like shape this sound. Cause I'm feeding y'all like weird ideas. Like, yo, what if we I don't know, made a folk song, but if Tyler the creator did it,
mm,
and they like get these weird ideas. But yeah,
mm,
shout out the producers, man. I love y'all. Oh, and
yeah.
shout out OK Warren, cause that's
Yo,
so.
shout out Warren, man. Yo, we tried to get you in this
Yo,
week.
we try to get him in, man, but you know what I'm
Man, but you know
saying.
what? You know what? It's Valentine's Day, so currently right now, so we get it. I mean,
Hey, bro.
a lot of people had a lot of different plans this weekend. But yeah, all I have to say is Babytooth blew me away,
Yeah, man.
and it's just something I haven't seen in a while. With just like the oversaturation of people like pushing music through the algorithm, at this point it's an essential, it's mandatory,
Yeah,
quite literally. But it's just nice to like pull back the curtains and see like people taking their time with projects like yours. So
yeah.
that's definitely one I want to touch on. And I guess the last thing is like, I mean, like, what does the future look like for you?
Aliens, man. Like shout out to Rodney and just like the whole team here. Shout out to boy Dante. Shout out to Anna and just everybody. Like it's I've never like I've been in a lot of spaces, especially in Christian hip hop,
Mm,
and interacted with a lot of people. There hasn't been really like a space that has felt like more, I don't know, like a family than Aliens Alive.
mm,
Like like Marco's with me right now. He's in the background, helping out. But he was even telling me like, bro, like they remember my name. I was here like a while ago, but I got people coming up to me telling me like, what's up? Like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you working on? Like, and I don't know. Everyone here is it like I said, it just feels like family, bro.
mm.
And man, I don't know. I don't know what I really can talk about, but even just like with the artists on the label and the artists that Rodney's currently signing, like it's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy.
Yes,
Aliens,
sir.
look, Aliens Alive 2026, 2027, and to infinity and beyond, because it's really about to take over, man. It's really about
Yes.
to take over.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, at this point, like, what's in the cards for you moving forward? Like, what's the future? Like, where do you see yourself? You know what I mean? Well, yeah, where do you see yourself like a year or two from now? Like, what ultimately we can't like dictate our future fully. God's
Um,
in control of that, but like what's the future moving forward like
I,
ideally looking like for you?
I will say this: before I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be Spider Man.
Thank you guys for coming through, and thanks Kaden for yeah, stopping by for this interview, man. And
Man, thank y'all. Yeah, me
yeah.
stopping by. Y'all are in my
Yeah.
backyard, bro.
Yeah.
Like y'all came all the way from Canada. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man. No, for
Yes,
sure,
sir.
man. So without further ado, I mean, this is Solo from Properxl and Kaden Jordan, and we out,
Yes,
man.
sir. God
Yeah,
bless.
yes, sir.